So the overview of the installation. So the myQA unifies all of your existing QAs under one software package. If you were using different versions of IBA software prior to myQA, this takes everything and adds it into one nice piece of software. So you have different modules inside myQA. So if you're an IBA user already, you're familiar with some of these. If you're not, years ago you had separate software for the Blue Tank, you had separate software for Morning QA, and you had separate software for IMRT QA. And so this is taken everything and added it into one common platform. So you have your myQA patients, which is your IMRT QA, you have your machines, which is all of your machine QA, and you have your myQA Accept, which is what you run your Blue Phantom.
And could you give me an example of something that you can do with the integrated myQA software that perhaps you weren't able to do with the previous setup you had?
So one of those is where I talked about changing out computers. I can swap out a PC and still have all of my data right there, which is really, really handy. I did not have sort of that cockpit level access to my QA on, at least for patients, on knowing who's been acquired, who's been analyzed, whether fluence maps have been made for somebody, or and then of course all of the trending for things that I just typically had on paper. And for me, the biggest thing is having the queue set up, those test templates set up on a time schedule, right? So every time I open up the machines module, it lists my machines. It lists what tests need to be done, and if you get to the 28th of the month and it still says you have 32 tests left on, your 2100 IX, guess what? You're probably not going home early that night. And so the reminder for me is very nice to be able to have that software to remind me, oh yeah, by the way, you've got, it's almost the end of the month. You've not done your CT QA yet. You might want to go in there and do that.